Hard to believe, season 72 of Comets hockey almost here. The K's are going to kick off their training camp on Monday right here at the Jungle, and they're going to have a new face leading them. We got Jesse Kallechy, first-year head coach, joined alongside us. Well, first off, Jesse, thanks so much for sitting down with us. It's been a whirlwind of the last 3.5 months for you since you were introduced as the head coach. What have the last few months looked like as you get settled in here to Fort Wayne?
Yeah, been moving and trying to finish building the team. Went to camp in Bakersfield with our affiliate. It's been a whirlwind to say the least, but just excited to finally get started.
No doubt. You take a look at the guys you've brought in this building. It feels like a whole new look Comets roster. What was the game plan with you and the Frankies as you took a look at some of the players around the ECHL, maybe some returning guys, as you went about building this roster?
Yeah, it was a little bit of a mix. We were trying to find guys that potentially wanted to come back, and some guys went to Europe, other guys retired, and so we just thought it was time to maybe start a new core. So when we went about that, we looked for guys that fit the mold that we want to play, guys that fit the Comets brand of hockey, and from there, this is where we ended up. So we're expecting some quality players from Bakersfield and Edmonton. Combined with some of the guys we've signed on ECHL contracts, I think it's a really exciting time to be in the Comets organization.
I know one familiar face that fans are really excited about. You've got Sean Sidlowski coming back to the Comets. I know the folks on Facebook, they've been pleading for a veteran face over the offseason. How much do you think Sean can bring to this franchise, especially as you go about building that new culture?
Yeah, I mean Sean's a legendary figure with the Comets. I mean his track record speaks for itself. But Sean and I have had some great conversations. He's like everybody else. It's a blank slate, and we know what he can do on the ice. And for him, it's just coming in, and he's not the same player that was league MVP 10 years ago. He's older, and now he's going to be counted on for leadership. And there's no doubt he's still a productive, quality hockey player. But for us, we're going to be relying on Sean in a lot of other areas that maybe he hasn't been leaned on before. So, I think Sean's excited about the opportunity, and for us to bring him back, it was a pretty easy decision.
There's a lot to like about your journey to getting here, your second chance at becoming a head coach, first time in the ECHL, first time you were a head coach, going all the way back to Fayetteville. What did you learn from that experience and just how it's going to prepare you for what's to come here in the ECHL?
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot, how to build practices, how to build a team. When I started and when I took over the team in Fayetteville, they won 9 games the year before. So, how to take a team from 9 wins to finishing first place a year later. I've learned that it's a process to get from point A to the finish of a season, and for me, I got to rely on a lot of good people around me, the help that we have, but I think for the Comets organization, it's not about me, it's not about any person individual, it's about us as a group. So that's the mentality we're going to have, when camp starts tomorrow.
Your most recent stop was with the Florida Everblades. 2 straight Kelly Cup championships. Of course, the head coach, Brad Ralph's still there. How much did you learn from him, or what did you take away from him as far as how to build a championship pedigree ECHL team?
Yeah, I mean, I like to tell everybody I got an Ivy League education in how to win in the ECHL. I mean, Brad and Craig Brush are phenomenal coach, general manager combo. Florida does things the right way, build hockey teams the right way. Their style of game is conducive to success at this level. So for me, it was really trying to take as much from it as I could. And, we'll try and incorporate some of that here. But also building upon the long tradition of Comets style hockey and the history of the great players that have played here before and the Frankies. So, it's going to be trying to mesh 2 worlds and get the same result.
Speaking of meshing those 2 worlds, I know one guy that's also coming back too. You got Olivier Legault. The Frankies have had a lot of great things to say about him. You've had a lot of great things to say about him too. Just how helpful has he been in constructing this roster? Just having a familiar face back in the organization throughout the course of this offseason.
Yeah, Olivier's he's been phenomenal. He's first and foremost, he's an excellent human being. I mean, he's somebody that everybody likes to be around. He's an extremely hard worker. He's just a guy that understands what the Comet hockey is about. To get him back was a huge asset for me. Getting to know the history of the city and the organization, and that's been a big help. And then Corey Melkert coming in, the other assistant coach, has been phenomenal for me to have somebody that I have a relationship with. And the whole staff has been great. It really is a full team effort to put a season together. It's not one person. We're all relied on in different situations, but the staff has been phenomenal.
I had a chance to meet Corey back over the summer during the Spaceman golf outing, so I know his golf game. He got at least a little bit of that work in here in Northeast Indiana during the offseason. But just looking at Monday, kicking off training camp, what are you trying to accomplish over the next few days? It's a quick turnaround from getting the guys under one roof, 2 exhibition games against Iowa, regular season in 2 weeks. What are you hoping to accomplish?
Yeah, it's a busy kind of 2 week stretch. We're trying to evaluate a lot of new players, but also incorporate our style of game, how we want to play, systems, bring everybody together. So it's no doubt it's the next 2 weeks are critical for us to get off to a good start because in the ECHL, if you want to be successful, you got to bank some points early. So for us, it's imperative that we establish how we play our brand of hockey and carry that over into the start of the regular season against Indy.
Awesome. Jesse, really appreciate the time once again.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Once again, Jesse Kallechy, first-year head coach with the Comets. Comets are kicking off training camp on Monday. As we said just moments ago, first 2 exhibition games against the Iowa Heartlanders. That is Saturday and Sunday. Those 2 games at Memorial Coliseum right here at the Jungle. Regular season kicking off in 2 weeks as well at the Indy Fuel. But for now, I'm Josh. We will see you next time.